What if I told you that the real reason for your struggles down there after 60 isn't age, but the fact that your blood just isn't getting where it needs to go anymore? That might sound bold, but after more than 30 years of working with men in their 60s and beyond, I can tell you this: the quiet decline in intimacy, in daily energy, and in emotional connection with your partner traces back to one overlooked system in your body: blood flow. It's not testosterone. It's not just in your head, and it's absolutely not some inevitable part of aging. The real culprit is impaired circulation to the area that matters most for your performance and confidence. You see, your circulatory system doesn't just deliver oxygen to your heart or brain. It is the very river of life that fuels sensation, arousal, connection, and self-assurance. And when that river slows or gets blocked, no supplement, no pill, and no advice can fully compensate. But here's the good news: it doesn't take medication to fix it. In fact, the solution may already be in your kitchen. And this surprises most of my patients. Certain fruits, yes, fruits can naturally trigger a powerful physiological response that boosts nitric oxide, relaxes blood vessels, restores arterial flexibility, and reawakens what you thought was lost. But not all fruits are equal. A select few are fun, overlooked, have extraordinary potential to support male health at its core. I'm Dr. James, a men's health specialist focused on aging, circulation, and vitality, and what keeps me passionate every day is witnessing real transformations, not from surgery or drugs, but from food. Real food, strategic eating, and simple, consistent choices. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in biology. And your body, even after 60 or 70, is still capable of responding if you give it the right tools. In this video, I'll reveal 5 powerful fruits clinically studied and doctor approved that work with your body to improve blood flow, boost energy, and help restore the intimacy and confidence you may have been quietly missing. Not to bring you back to your 20s, but to help you feel like the best version of yourself right now. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll share a simple fruit-based daily recipe that many of my older patients use, and some begin feeling noticeable results in as little as 7 days. This isn't a fad. It's science-based nourishment, tailored for men who want to feel strong, connected, and alive again. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any upcoming tips designed to keep you energized, confident, and thriving as you age. And if this topic resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I truly value your feedback. It helps me refine these videos to serve you better, alright? Let's dive in. The first fruit on our list isn't one you'll find in every grocery store, but it may be one of the most potent natural tools I've ever come across for restoring circulation and protecting your performance. It's called jaboticaba, and once you understand what this little fruit can do inside your body, you'll wish you had started eating it years ago. 1. Jaboticaba, the blood flow guardian you've never heard of now. Let me ask you this: if there were a fruit so powerful it could help restore blood flow, boost energy, and support male performance, but almost no one in America is eating it, wouldn't you want to know what it is? This next fruit may sound exotic, but its effects on circulation are nothing short of extraordinary. It's called jaboticaba, deep purple berry that grows natively in Brazil, often sprouting directly from the tree's trunk like clusters of grapes on bark. And while it might look unfamiliar, this little fruit could be one of the most potent natural allies for older, men looking to reclaim their inner strength and vitality. What sets Jaboticaba apart isn't just its color or rarity. It's the rich concentration of anthocyanins packed into its skin. These are plant-based compounds responsible for the fruit's dark hue. But more importantly, they have profound effects on vascular health. When consumed regularly, anthocyanins help reduce inflammation inside the arteries, improve vascular elasticity, and stimulate nitric oxide production, a key molecule the body uses to expand blood vessels and maintain healthy circulation. Why does this matter for men over 60? Because blood flow is not just a technicality, it's the engine behind physical arousal, energy delivery, hormonal signaling, and even mood regulation. When blood can't reach where it needs to go, everything else, desire, confidence, connection, begin to fade. But when you support nitric oxide and keep your vessels open and responsive, it's like turning the lights back on in a room that's been dimmed for years. But Jaboticaba doesn't stop at circulation. It's also an excellent source of dietary fiber, which plays a critical role in stabilizing blood sugar levels and supporting gut health. And you might be surprised how much those two systems, glucose balance and digestion, affect your hormonal health and overall stamina. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, which means your cells get more of the tools they need to produce energy and maintain testosterone. It also means fewer blood sugar crashes that steal your drive and leave you feeling foggy and fatigued. Even more interesting, some studies suggest Jaboticaba may naturally suppress appetite, helping men manage weight more effectively without radical dieting. That's essential because excess weight around the midsection not only blocks blood flow, but actively suppresses testosterone production and increases inflammation. So, if you ever come across Jaboticaba, whether fresh, frozen, in concentrated, juice, or as a powdered supplement, make sure to consume the skin, where most of the healing power lives. A few berries added to your smoothie, or a scoop of Jaboticaba powder stirred into your morning oats or yogurt, could quietly start rewriting how your body performs. Of course, it's not about one fruit fixing everything, but adding Jaboticaba into your routine is one of the most natural, science-supported steps you can take toward restoring circulation, supporting your hormones, and feeling confident in your skin again. And before we move on, let me ask you this. Have you ever experienced an unexpected boost in energy or drive after changing just one thing in your diet? If so, share it in the comments. Let's learn from each other now. If Jaboticaba felt like a hidden treasure, wait until you see what's coming next. Because the next fruit isn't exotic at all. In fact, it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. But its effect on your blood vessels and energy might surprise you even more. 2. Apples. The everyday fruit that helps restore arterial elasticity. Let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you really appreciated an apple, not just as a snack, but as a tool for circulation, vitality, and confidence? Most people walk right past them at the grocery store. They're familiar, ordinary, maybe even a little boring. But for men over 60, apples may be one of the most underestimated tools for improving blood flow and restoring performance right from the inside out. Following our look at the powerful, lesser-known Jaboticaba, it's important to remember that not every solution has to be exotic or hard to find. Sometimes, what you need is already in your kitchen, waiting to be used the right way. Here's what makes apples such a quiet powerhouse. They're packed with soluble fiber, particularly a compound called pectin. Once eaten, pectin turns into a gel-like substance in your digestive tract, helping to slow the absorption of sugars and, crucially, bind excess cholesterol, pulling it out of your bloodstream. That alone reduces the strain on your arteries and helps support more stable blood. Sugar levels to critical factors for preserving blood flow, maintaining testosterone balance, and feeling mentally sharp throughout the day. But apples go beyond. Fiber, when eaten with the skinniest, always keep the skin on. They deliver a strong dose of natural polyphenols. These antioxidants work quietly but powerfully to fight chronic inflammation, soothe the lining of your blood vessels, and stimulate nitric oxide production, which is essential for vascular dilation and optimal blood supply throughout the body, especially where men need it most. Now think about this. What would it mean for your emotional connection if your body responded with more consistency, more energy, and more confidence? Because that's the real story here. When your circulation improves, your relationships improve, your brain gets more oxygen, your hormones function better, your stress lowers, and your stress returns, not just physically, but emotionally. And here's the best part. Apples are everywhere. They're affordable, easy to carry, and versatile. Whether you prefer a crisp green apple or a sweeter red variety, the benefits are there. And if you want to take it up a notch, pair an apple with a tablespoon of almond butter or a handful of walnuts. That adds healthy fats and protein, further stabilizing your blood sugar and fueling your testosterone-building pathways, naturally, without needing pills or fancy powders. So the next time you see apples at the store, don't overlook them. Grab a few, keep the skin on, and make them a regular part of your day. One simple change, repeated consistently, can ripple through every area of your life, your energy, your performance, and the way you show up for the person you love. Now, if you've been thinking, that's great, but I still crave something sweeter, something richer, something that feels indulgent but still helps my circulation, you'll want to stick around for what's next, because the next fruit has a flavor that satisfies and a nutrient profile that's quietly revolutionizing male performance after 60. But before we go there, do you already eat apples regularly? If so, how do you prepare them? Raw, sliced, blended, into smoothies? Let me know in the comments, because small habits shared can inspire big change. 3. Raspberries, the circulation stabilizer with a punch. Let me ask you something. Can a tiny, slightly tart fruit actually protect your arteries, balance your blood sugar, and help restore your vitality as you age? If that sounds too good to be true, then it's time we talk about raspberries. These deep-colored berries may look delicate, but don't let their size fool you. For men over 60, raspberries are a nutritional powerhouse, one of the most circulation-friendly fruits you can add to your plate. And yet, they're often overshadowed by more common picks, like bananas or oranges. Now, following up on apples and their fiber-fueled support for arterial health, raspberries continue the story but with an added twist. Not only are they rich in soluble fiber and low in natural sugars, but they also deliver a potent concentration of anthocyanins, the same vascular protective compounds we saw in jaboticaba. These antioxidants don't just fight aging from the outside, they go straight to work inside your blood vessels, reducing inflammation, relaxing arterial walls, and boosting nitric oxide, the critical molecule your body uses to increase blood flow. And here's where it gets personal. When blood vessels are inflamed, even slightly, they narrow. That means less oxygen delivery, weaker hormonal signaling, and less confidence when it matters most. But when you give your vascular system the right support through nutrient-dense fruits like raspberries, you're actively lowering those internal stressors that silently drain your energy, focus, and intimacy. Raspberries also bring another underappreciated benefit: insulin sensitivity. For many older men, insulin resistance or prediabetes becomes an invisible barrier to performance. You may not feel it right away, but it's interfering with how your body uses energy and how your hormones behave. Raspberries support more efficient glucose metabolism, meaning your body processes sugar more effectively, putting less strain on your cardiovascular system and helping you maintain a steady, reliable supply of energy throughout the day. Best of all, they're deliciously easy to work with. Whether fresh or frozen, tossed into Greek yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or added to your morning oats, they bring a natural sweetness without the blood sugar crash. Their low glycemic index means you can enjoy them even if you're watching your glucose levels or trying to lose weight. And yes, the physical benefits are deeply tied to your emotional well-being too. When your blood flows freely, your confidence rises. When your sugar is balanced, your mood stabilizes. When inflammation drops, your energy comes back. These little changes build upon each other, and raspberries help create that internal shift. So, the next time you pass by a box of raspberries, don't hesitate. Even a handful a few times a week can begin to tip the scales back in your favor. And if you've ever noticed your body responding better after eating more berries, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. What changed for you? Now what if I told you the next fruit is fuzzy, green on the inside, and contains a special enzyme that not only boosts blood flow, but also enhances digestion and nutrient absorption? Yes, it exists, and it may be the missing link in your daily routine. Stick with me, because what we'll explore next might surprise you more than anything we've covered so far. 4. Kiwi, the morning energy fruit for restoring vitality. Let me ask you something most men overlook. What if your low energy in the morning wasn't age, but digestion and circulation working against you? If you're waking up groggy, dragging your feet to the coffee machine, or finding it harder to feel fully alert and energized, kiwi may be the fruit your body has quietly been asking for. Small, fuzzy, and often mistaken for just a tropical snack, this fruit is actually a morning powerhouse, especially for men over 60 looking to support blood flow, digestion, and all-day vitality both physically and emotionally. Following the vascular boosting benefits of raspberries, kiwi adds something unique to the mix. Not only does it deliver more vitamin C than an orange, it also works on a deeper level, targeting both microcirculation and gut function, to systems that directly impact hormone regulation, energy stability, and yes, sexual performance. What makes kiwi truly special is an enzyme called While most fruits offer antioxidants or fiber, actinidin actively helps break down proteins, improving nutrient absorption and easing digestive load. Why does this matter for older men? Because the better your body digests, the more fuel it pulls from your food. That means more energy for your brain, better oxygen transport, and more hormonal balance where it matters most. Kiwi also contains soluble fiber, which slows glucose absorption and supports steady blood sugar levels. That's critical, especially in the morning when your system is most sensitive to sugar spikes. A balanced start not only helps you avoid that mid-morning crash, but also supports long-term testosterone production and cardiovascular function. Remember, when blood sugar is stable, your mind stays sharper, your mood stays balanced, and your circulation works more efficiently. And here's a tip most people don't know. The kiwi skin is edible. Yes, really. Wash it well, slice it thin, and you'll get an extra dose of fiber, antioxidants, and prebiotic support for your gut, all without extra sugar or calories. For best results, try eating one whole kiwi first thing in the morning, before coffee or breakfast. It kickstarts digestion, supports hydration, and preps your system for a more efficient day. Or blend it into a smoothie with other low-glycemic fruits like berries and greens for an energizing start without the blood sugar spike. And here's the deeper truth. When your gut and blood vessels function well, your emotional state improves. You feel lighter, more focused, and more like yourself again. It's not just physical energy. It's that feeling of being switched back on after running at 70% for too long. So now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried eating kiwi in the morning? Did you notice a difference in your focus, digestion, or even circulation? Drop your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear how these small daily shifts are changing lives. And don't go anywhere, because the final fruit on our list may already be in your kitchen right now. It's soft, juicy, and surprisingly powerful when it comes to blood flow, hormone balance, and reclaiming the vitality you thought was gone. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. 5 pears, the gentle giant for blood sugar, balance, and circulation. Me ask you something that might surprise you. Could one of the most powerful fruits for men over 60 be sitting quietly in your fruit bowl, completely overlooked? If you've been focusing on exotic superfoods or trendy health hacks, you might have missed one of nature's quiet powerhouses, pears. Soft, familiar, and subtly sweet. Pears don't usually turn heads at the grocery store. But for older men who want to support blood flow, regulate hormones, and feel steady in their energy and performance, pears may be the underrated secret weapon you've been ignoring. After exploring the energizing potential of kiwi in the morning, let's now shift to a fruit that works behind the scenes, steadily improving vascular function, insulin sensitivity, and metabolic balance without causing a single spike or crash. Pears are especially rich in soluble fiber, a crucial ally for men over 60. This type of fiber forms a gel-like consistency in your gut, which slows the absorption of sugar and eases the burden on your cardiovascular system. When your blood sugar remains stable, your energy stays even, your mood steadies, and your circulation can function without interruption. That means better blood flow to your extremities and, yes, that includes down there, where many men notice the earliest signs of decline. But what makes pears especially valuable is their gentle support for insulin sensitivity, a cornerstone of male metabolic and sexual health that often begins to decline silently after age 50. Regularly including pears in your diet may help your body process glucose more efficiently, reduce inflammation, and protect your arteries from damage over time. All of this contributes to stronger blood vessel integrity and better hormonal function, to things that become harder to maintain with age, but are far from lost causes. There's also something quietly therapeutic about pears. They're hydrating, easy on digestion, and packed with natural antioxidants that protect cells from free radical damage. And because they're so gentle on the stomach, pears are a perfect addition even for men dealing with acid reflux, medication, side effects, or irregular digestion. Just remember, eat them with the skin. That's where much of the fiber and healing nutrients are found. You can enjoy pears raw, sliced into salads, or lightly roasted with cinnamon for a warm, comforting treat. However you choose to eat them, their benefits compound over time, not just in your arteries, but in your clarity, stamina, and sense of control over your own health. And here's one of my favorite parts. Pears are affordable, available year-round, and don't require any fancy prep. For men who are ready to take their vitality seriously, but want a realistic place to start, pears offer that perfect combination of simplicity and impact. So let me ask you, have you underestimated this humble fruit? If pears are already part of your diet, how do you enjoy them? Share your thoughts in the comments, because real health is built on everyday habits, and your story might inspire someone else to begin theirs. Now that we've explored 6 powerful fruits that naturally support blood flow, hormonal balance, and daily energy, stay with me because, up next, I'll show you how to combine them into a simple, daily habit that could start changing how you feel in just 7 days. It's easy, enjoyable, and backed by both science and decades of patient success stories. 6. Why these 5 fruits work even better together. Let me ask you something that most men never consider. What if the secret to restoring your energy, circulation, and performance isn't just about eating healthy, but about eating strategically? You see, each of the 5 fruits we've explored, jabaticaba, apple, raspberry, kiwi, and paraphors, powerful individual benefits. They support blood flow, stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and improve digestion. But when used together, something remarkable happens. Their effects don't just add up, they amplify each other. And that's because these fruits target 3 deeply interconnected systems in the male body: the circulatory system, the digestive system, and the endocrine system, which controls hormones. When you support all 3 at once, you're not patching over symptoms. You're transforming the foundation of your health from the inside out. Let's break this down without getting technical. Jaboticaba relaxes blood vessels and lowers inflammation, paving the way for more efficient circulation. Apples and pears bring in soluble fiber that helps manage blood sugar and protects the fragile lining of your arteries. Raspberries enhance nitric oxide production while also supporting insulin sensitivity, a key factor in male metabolic and sexual health. And kiwi ties it all together with a unique digestive enzyme that improves nutrient absorption. Your body gets the full benefit from all the other fruits. The result, a steady stream of energy, oxygen, and hormonal balance throughout the day, without the crashes, cravings, or hidden inflammation that rob so many older men of their vitality. Instead of relying on caffeine, pills, or quick fixes that fade fast, you're feeding your body exactly what it knows how to use: real living, nutrient-dense fuel that your cells recognize and respond to. This isn't just about performance. It's about confidence. It's about feeling like yourself again, mentally sharp, physically capable, and emotionally connected. Because when your circulation flows well, when your digestion is smooth, and your hormones are balanced, it affects how you think, how you move, and how you show up in your relationships. And here's another truth. By supporting these systems, naturally, many men find they no longer need to rely on external stimulants or medications, which often bring diminishing returns and unwanted side effects. What you're doing instead is giving your body the raw materials to heal, build, and sustain strength day after day, year after year. So now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually start? That's where it gets exciting. In the next part of this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple, daily routine that combines these fruits in the right weight, the right times, for maximum impact. And many of my male patients, even those in their 70s and 80s, tell me they began noticing real changes in as little as 7 days. Before we dive into that, tell me in the comments which of these 5 fruits do you already eat? Which ones will you be trying this week? I read every reply because this community isn't just about advice, it's about action and sharing what works. Now let's build your 7-day circulation and vitality habit, one bite at a time. 7. The biggest mistake most men make, plus your 7-day action plan. Let me ask you something personal. Are you waiting for something to go wrong before you start taking care of what's already slipping? In my 30 years of working with men over 61, of the biggest and most heartbreaking mistakes I see is this: they wait too long. They feel their energy dip. They notice circulation isn't what it used to be. They struggle with performance or drive. And instead of acting, they say, it's just age. But here's the truth. It's not aging itself that robs us of vitality. It's inaction. It's the small signs we ignore, the subtle losses we dismiss. Left unaddressed, these little things compound into something much harder to reverse. But the good news is this: when you intervene early, even with something as simple and natural as fruit, the body can respond in powerful, life-affirming ways. You don't need to flip your entire lifestyle overnight. You just need a simple plan, consistency, and the understanding that your body is still listening. It's just waiting for your signal. That's why I've created this 7-day fruit-based action plan, using the 5 fruits we've explored together. It's not complicated. It doesn't require special equipment, supplements, or drastic diets. It simply works with your body, not against it. And it's designed to improve circulation, digestion, energy, and hormonal balance in a way that's both realistic and effective. Here's how to begin every morning. Start your day with one of the 5 fruits, preferably on an empty stomach, alongside a glass of water. This wakes up your digestive system, boosts hydration, and sets the tone for a more balanced day. At lunch or mid-afternoon, add a second fruit, either eaten raw, sliced into a salad, or blended into a smoothie with a bit of healthy fat like chia seeds or flax. Then, in the evening, include a third fruit, perhaps sliced and served with a spoonful of Greek yogurt or a handful of walnuts. If you prefer something warm, try lightly baking it with cinnamon for comfort without compromise. Throughout the day, make small adjustments that multiply results. Stay hydrated, move your body, even if just a short walk, and commit to sleeping deeply and consistently. These micro habits build momentum, and together they begin to shift everything from your focus to your circulation to your confidence. What makes this plan beautiful is its simplicity. No hype, no gimmicks. Just real food, real results, and a body that knows exactly what to do once it gets the right inputs. And here's the best part. Many of my patients report noticeable changes in how they feel by day 5 or 6. Sharper energy, better mood, more reliable physical response. They feel themselves coming back online. So let me ask you, are you ready to act before the warning signs become real problems? If so, drop a yes in the comments. And if you've already started experimenting with these fruits, I'd love to hear what's shifted for you. Your story might inspire someone else to begin. Now that we've laid this foundation, let's take it a step further. In the next and final section, I'll share with you one powerful recipe that brings all 5 of these fruits together into a single daily ritual. Something you can prepare in just minutes, but that could change how you feel by the end of this very week. Let's build momentum, one habit, one fruit, one morning at a time. Our daily vitality formula. One glass at a time now that you understand the why behind each fruit. It's time to put it all into action. And here's where it gets exciting. A simple, powerful recipe that brings everything together into one nourishing glass. A habit my patients swear by to boost circulation, stabilize energy, and restore confidence. Each morning, blend half a green apple, half a ripe pear, a handful of raspberries, half a kiwi, yes, with the skin, and 1 tablespoon of jaboticaba powder or juice. Add a cup of water or unsweetened almond milk. Blend until smooth and enjoy it on an empty stomach or as an afternoon recharge. It's more than a smoothie. It's your body's daily support system, delivering the fiber, antioxidants, and nitric oxide boosters you need to think clearly, move with strength, and feel grounded in your vitality. You don't need expensive supplements. You need consistency. You need the right fuel, and it can start with something as simple as this. So here's your invitation. Commit to the 7-day plan. Try this formula daily and notice how your body responds. For many men, the changes begin quietly. More clarity, steadier energy, a renewed sense of presence. Then one day, you realize, you feel like yourself again. Your best years aren't behind you. They can begin now with small, intentional steps and a willingness to show up for your health. One choice at a time. If you've tried the recipe or the 7-day plan, I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. What's changed for you? What surprised you? Your journey could be the spark that helps someone else begin theirs. And if you found value in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and tapping the notification bell. It's a small gesture that helps this channel grow and helps me continue, bringing you honest, science-backed tools to thrive after 60. Here's to your strength, your connection, and your next chapter, one glass at a time.